we would love to hear from you.
Well, yeah, absolutely. So Michael Johnson, Escrow Options Group sales exec for Orange County, Irvine area. 6 months into the business here, 5 months actually, coming off about 15 years of the home inspection world, the buyer side, and just learning lots of new things. And the Escrow Options Group by far is the best escrow company in all of California, I would say for sure. And I really enjoy working with all my peeps here that are on, and looking forward to learning some new stuff.
Fantastic. Hi, guys. My name's Kimberly Welch. I'm your Director of Sales with Escrow Options Group. Welcome aboard. Welcome to our training today. Super excited to have you guys on to learn some new, interesting tools that can help you with your business. We are so lucky to have Justin Taylor, our amazing trainer, who we're lucky he's able to carve some time out for us. He does this for 2 other states, and we're just super thrilled to have him and get ready to learn something new to help you in your business. Thanks, Justin.
Of course, yeah. Get ready for the ibuprofen or Tylenol. That's what I usually say. So much information. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Welcome back to another training. We are so excited to be able to offer this for you guys so you can learn more, grow more, right? If we're not learning, we're not growing. So there's a lot out there. Like I was saying, this is Facebook ads in general is one of the biggest asks that I get. So I know we've done one kind of, I think it was last month or the month before, but I'm going to switch it up a little bit, give you guys a little bit more details and updates on some best practices and tricks with Facebook and social media in general. And then we will dive into create another ad. We're just going to walk through. There's no training deck today. I just have some notes on my phone that I took, bullet points that I want to make sure to update you guys on. And then we will actually jump into a walkthrough on how to actually create an ad. A couple of the examples I'm going to show you guys are some of these Facebook ads. Now, some of these I created, some I purchased through Etsy. Now, we have to remain compliant, so I'm not giving these out or anything, but you guys can always go to Etsy.com. Such a great resource, Etsy.com. If you need anything for your business in terms of digital, you can type in Facebook ads, real estate. Tons of options will come up. You can see which branding and stuff. These are typically all Canva templates. So they just, you buy them, you download them, you get them in your Canva, and you can update all the different things. But you can come in here and purchase any of these. You guys need help with social media posts. You could do social media post, real estate. Tons of different options for you guys to be able to go in and buy. For $20, you get 102 social posts. Like, it's insane what you can get on there. So the resources I'm going to show today, I just want you guys to know those you can go and purchase on Etsy. Also, next week, so today we're talking about Facebook ads, and I wanted to couple that with Instagram ads. So next week, we're going to talk about how you can grow your brand awareness and generate leads with Instagram ads. Virtually the easiest platform to run ads on. It's very visual. We're a very visual industry. So we will go through that with some different best practices as well. So I'm going to jump over to my notes here and just go through a couple of things. Okay, so one of the things I always get asked is boost versus a traditional ad. Okay, maybe on your business page, you have to have a Facebook business page to run ads in general, but on a business page, when you guys post to your business page, you may see a little blue button there that says boost. Okay, that is slightly different, but virtually the same as a full-blown Instagram ad. The difference is you're a little bit more limited in terms of what you can choose in targeting and the settings. Okay, it's a more condensed version. So those that are looking for a super easy option, hit boost, change up your demographic or your geographic location targeting, and you're good to go. Okay, now if you want to go into the actual business ad side of it, or facebook.com/ad manager, you can go in a little bit deeper into the ad. Okay, so a boost, simply they're the same thing. Essentially, a boost is just a little bit more easier, and your traditional ad allows you to target a little bit more. However, remember, in our industry, we're in housing, so we're a little bit more limited on what we cannot target based on familial status. We cannot target based on income, all that stuff, right? We are not allowed to do that in our industry, and that's been removed. So it's really geographic location. So there's no boost in ads or virtually the same. And next week, when you join us for our Instagram class, we're going to talk about a boost a lot, because that's mainly the main ads that you can do on Instagram. Why would ads benefit you? Well, there's a couple of reasons, okay? I want you guys to understand that, or maybe we already know, that Facebook's algorithm is no longer chronological, right? I think we know that now. It's been like that for several years. Remember when Facebook came out and you would scroll through your timeline and it was chronological when people posted? We all loved it, right? However, when you get enough users on a platform, how do we monetize? So now through the algorithms, Facebook doesn't show you the most recent post that somebody has done. It shows you what they think based on the algorithm and your behavior, what you would want to consume. So your engagement rate on your business page, and in Facebook in general, but your business page, your reach is typically 2 to 4% low, right? Low. And I'm going to show you some examples of what I mean by that. Let's take a look at Nike here. So Nike, let me close that. Nike is a huge brand, right? If I scroll down, Nike has 36 million likes on this page. We would think that they would have an enormous amount of engagement. Now this post, because they updated their cover and probably because its logo, did fairly well, but 37,000 likes, 10,000 comments, right? It's got some engagement. But when you look at how many people follow, that should be a couple million, right? If it wasn't based on necessarily an algorithm. If I keep scrolling down, this one has 80,000. This one has 65,000. So 36 million likes, and that's the engagement that they're getting. So don't be discouraged that when you do a post on your Facebook page, your business page, and you get 1 like, 2 likes, or whatever it is, oh, nobody's doing it, right? It's not you necessarily. It is the algorithm playing against you, okay? So just know, typically your posts organically are gonna get 2 to 4% engagement. Now, another example would be Target, another big brand, right? 23 million people like this page. If I scroll down, Barbie's been huge, right? Anybody go see the movie this weekend? If you scroll down, 1,000 likes. I'm sorry, you're telling me 23 million people like this page and only 1,000 likes? If I keep scrolling down, 417, substantially less, because the organic algorithm is working against them, which is the benefit of Facebook ads for multiple reasons. One, you can reach more people. You increase your brand awareness because you're targeting those or a certain area that would more likely work with you or that you want to work in. And so you're getting your post or your creative educational piece or your new listing or an ebook or a seller guide, whatever it is, you're getting that in front of more people as opposed to just that organic. I will say this, your personal page, and I probably said it before with you guys, typically will always get more engagement than a business page. Just how it is. It's just how it is. A personal page will always get more engagement on a business page. Now, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a business page, because a business page is critical for your online presence. It makes you legitimate, shows that you're a business, and you can run ads with the business page. That you can't do with that. The other thing is some agents choose to have a Facebook group. Okay, do we all know what a group is? Facebook group is a little bit different. I'm gonna mute. Roberta, do you have a question? Maybe. A Facebook group, if you're familiar with that, you have to actually join. Facebook groups are actually one of the best tools with Facebook, and they favor groups. Groups you will virtually get at least in the 90% reach, if not higher. Typically it's 99 to 100%, meaning that anyone that's in that group will see your organic post. Okay, so for instance, I have a group here for Rock University, which is a sister company. Okay, so if I posted something in this group, virtually all the 725 members in this group will see that post. Okay, as opposed if I use my business page or my personal page, you're looking more at a 2 to 4% reach or engagement. Okay. So just know that groups, if you decide to create a group for, what's happening in SoCal or maybe Costa Mesa specifically, and you're leveraging that to get more of those residents, homeowners, people in that area to join that group, and you're posting updates on new restaurants, best hiking spots, right? School information, educational pieces there to keep people engaged and stay in front of it. Otherwise, to grow your presence on Facebook and continue to grow your reach, you're gonna want to do run some Facebook ads. Okay, but I wanted to show you guys some examples. These are some big dog players here with Target, right? Nike, virtually every business, tons and tons and tons of people like it or follow, yet their engagement is also low. So I just want you guys to see that so you know it's not you. You're not the problem. It's the platforms and the algorithm. Okay, typically is how it works. Now, the other thing is links. Okay, so if you thought 2 to 4% reach or engagement is bad, if you are posting links just like this in your captions, your engagement rate goes down even further. And the reason being are these platforms wants its users to stay on the platforms for as long as possible. And here we are driving traffic away from the platforms. Okay, they don't like that. So they will penalize us. So typically posts, and we all do it, but typically posts that have a link in it will get, you're looking like a 1% or less engagement. So notice, the posts that you add links in versus the posts that you don't put links in, are you seeing more engagement and more action on the ones that did not include a link in that post? And that's because the algorithm is penalizing that basically because they don't want people to leave the platform. They basically don't want people to see it, okay? However, when we look at the ads and when we run an ad and we add a link, if we add a link inside that ad or button, that does not matter. You will not get penalized that through an ad, okay? You will not get penalized through an ad with the link. If it's an organic post, you will typically get penalized for that. Give me 1 second, guys. I don't know if you could hear that, but that would be a cat playing with a ball that makes a lot of noise, and we don't want to listen to that. Okay, so just know that your links in your actual post may, most likely, will garner you a lower reach or engagement as well. So what could be kind of a workaround for that? Instead of putting the link inside of your actual post, throw that in a comment. And maybe you put something in there like link in the comment, something like that. Comments are not swept. Okay, so we've talked about hashtags being in comments. Does not work. Do not put hashtags in comments. Put that in the caption because that's how captions are swept in terms of algorithm. You can then throw your link into the comment and see if that helps you increase your awareness and not get penalized. Okay, so I just wanted to bring that attention. So your best practices, you can absolutely take advantage of that. We talked about links. Okay, also Facebook ads. Let's think of them as digital farming. So who's farmed before? Physical farming, postcards, letters, whatever it is, right? So that's traditional farming. And I'm not saying that doesn't work. Okay, I'm not saying that that's not a great lead gen. I'm not saying that that's not a great way to grow your presence. I know an agent in San Diego, okay, that produces nearly $2 million a year in GCI just from farming. Okay, that's just one source him and his team do for farming, physical farming. Now, they farmed to over 30,000 homes. So, multiply that out with that budget. That's a lot of money, but it's worth it because your ROI is $2 million a year nearly for that. So I'm not saying traditional farming doesn't work. I'm saying think of Facebook ads as digital farming. A couple of things there. One, you can target more of an audience that you want. It's a little bit more convenient because you don't have to deal with going to the post office or dealing with all this. And it's definitely more economical. Okay, so typically your Facebook ads, your social ads are going to be much less expensive than a traditional farming method. But both work. You could do both in conjunction with each other. I just want you to think of ads, Facebook ads, as digital farming and a way for you to cast out a net to a much greater audience, because everyone knows, right? We all scroll on here. Everyone knows that we scroll. So you can stay in front of them more often for makes economic sense. Javier, did you have a question? Sorry, I muted you. Guys, if you have questions, feel free to unmute yourself and just interrupt me, or you can throw it in the chat box. It's up to you. I just try to keep people muted so there's no feedback for everyone. But if you have any questions as we go through, please stop me and I'll be happy to answer. All right. And then we talked about the ad templates on Etsy. Okay, so you can always go there, leverage Etsy if you just don't want to, put the time to put stuff together. You just need help. They have so many different things on there for agents, social posts, ads, stories, reels, that you can get reel templates for your Canva in there that are done. All you do is swap out your information, listing information, open house stuff, tons and tons of resources on there that you guys can do for inexpensive. All right, jumping into Facebook. We're going to go through a walkthrough now. I am going to use one of the examples in the ads that I got here. We're probably going to do this curious one because it kind of stands out. All right, so we're going to come back to that in a second. But you're going to want to go to facebook.com, of course, and log into your account to access your ads. Once you are in facebook.com, typically you're going to be in your personal profile and you need to switch to your business. Okay, so I'm just going to come up here. I'm going to automatically switch to my training one. And now we're in our Facebook business page. From here, okay, we're on our business page. From here on the left-hand side, I'm going to click Ads Manager. Oops, nope, I'm going to go back. It's not what I wanted to click on. I'm going to click, let's see if this pops up over here. Here we go. So once you're here, because I'm going to take you guys the easy route, okay? I'd rather you guys be able to start doing this right away. I'm going to click on my business page on the left-hand side. You're going to see the name of your business page. I'm going to click that. And then towards the bottom, you're going to see Ad Center or Create Ads. I'm just going to click Create Ads. It's going to give me two options. Or it's going to auto-log me in because I've probably done this so many times now. But it may ask you what kind of ad you want to run. Okay, website, traffic visit is typically what you're going to choose. On this left-hand side where you see create ad, this is everything that we're going to edit or change. Okay, and on the right-hand side is going to be our ad preview, if you remember, and scroll down and it's going to give us our estimated daily results, payment information, all that good stuff. All right, on the left-hand side, I'm going to click change here so you guys can see this. It says automatic. So let Facebook select the most relevant goal based on your settings. I typically would not do that. Okay, I typically would not do that. And the reason being, and we're going to talk about this next week in Instagram ads as well, is when you do automatic, Facebook's going to see based the most relevant. They take into account your followers, both on business and personal, that's connected, okay, based on that. How many friends or how many people follow our page that are actual agents, right? So if you do that, then we're going to possibly be showing our ad to just more agents. And we don't want to do that. We want to get more specific. So do not do necessarily automatic. We're going to do website visitors for today. Maybe you want to get more page likes or website visitors, or maybe you want to do messengers or just get leads. Okay. But for today, we're going to do website visitors because I want to drive that traffic to another site. Below that, we have our ad creative. This is going to be all the text that we're going to enter in, and we're going to get to that in a minute. Notice here you can use a post. So if you're actively posting on your Facebook page, your business page, you can just select one of the previous posts that you've done, and it will just drag it over. It'll bring it in here. Okay, so we have our description or the text that's going to show in the ad. We're going to skip that for 1 second. Now we have media. So you can have up to 5. It can be images or videos, or you can create a carousel. So if you have multiple images in there, you can slide through and it's going to have multiple images. Today, we're going to stick with one image, but remember, video is king. Video works. Consumers love video. So if you can include a video in your ad, even better. So I'm going to select media, and actually I'm going to come over here and use this template. What page is that? It's page 4. So let me come over here and download this. PNG is best for digital. I do not want to select all. For done, download. Okay, so that's going to download there. I'm going to go back to my Facebook. It will automatically default a photo that you already had on that page. So I'm going to go edit, upload new, find my downloads. I'm going to upload the graphic that I just downloaded. Notice how it adds both. Okay, I don't want both, so I'm going to delete that one. And now I just have the one image. And let's see if it's not going to update yet because we have to fix the call to action. So we're going to change our button label to maybe learn more. Okay, and then it's going to start adding the preview on the right-hand side. Just below the media, once this updates, I'll show you guys the heading. Okay, so notice it's text above the preview. That is the description here that we're going to go through and break up and add in there. Okay. All right. So the text goes here, the description. Then we have our media or our images. And below that, we have our headline. Okay. You can have up to 25 characters. So that's where you would update that headline. And then see where it says HomeBot. That is your link, your website URL. It's going to pull. So maybe you're going to drive them directly to your website. And you'll notice that it will update here in the preview. Maybe. And then I'm going to go through and just give you guys some ideas of different ads you can run. Obviously, this is for a property valuation call to action, but there's several ways that you can do that, right? We're not just talking about leads. We're also talking about just building your brand awareness. So maybe you're going to run an ad for them to download a buyer book or a seller book or an ebook, which could be like a relocation guide. Right? If somebody's moving to Costa Mesa or Laguna or San Diego, wherever it may be, maybe you're offering them a free download. We've all seen those ads, right? Download for free, learn more, everything you need to know before you move to, or everything you need to know as a homeowner in Costa Mesa before you sell, right? You want to be as specific as possible in whatever piece of value you're offering in exchange for their information. So maybe it's a free property valuation. Maybe it's a free ebook to buy or to sell or to relocate, or maybe it's just an update on the community, right? You're targeting a certain geographic area with the community or area that you want to sell, and it's 7 things to do in Costa Mesa, something like that, right? That helps build your brand awareness. The more you're in front of people, okay, remember digital farming, the more you're in front of people, the more they're going to understand and start to trust you and start to interact with your ecosystem. The whole point of this is to get them into your ecosystem so then eventually they can be a client. In some examples here, right, this is the property valuation, ready to start your home search, okay, free home buyer guide, something like that. They don't have to look like this. You guys can create your own, but I'm just giving you examples. Another, how much is your home worth? Let's see what else they got in here. Need a real estate agent, right? Just growing your brand awareness and getting your name out there in front of more people, just like what we do with postcards, right? But a little bit more clunky, a little bit more time consuming, and definitely more expensive. So if I scroll down, just listed, maybe you're running an ad for your just listed for a certain area. Again, now they're seeing that that they can download an ebook. Now they see that you just have a home that just got listed or maybe sold, maybe a buyer guide or seller guide, a review. Okay, so it's all increasing that brand awareness for you in your area. Top 10 things to do when selling a home. This is great, targeting that area that you want to work in, right? So those that actually own a home that are scrolling and seeing that ad, they're like, yeah, I'm curious, what are the top 10 things that I need to do when I sell my home? And now they have a guide that's from you, all branded from you, and they can consistently see you in the digital space. All right, so let's change our text up here. We're going to target a specific city. For today, I'm going to target Gilbert, Arizona. Okay, I don't have access to MLS in California, else I would give you guys examples. But if I go into my MLS, and you guys that have been on a call before probably have seen this, but I'm going to get some stats and information, because this information up here, this text or description, they give you, let's see how many characters it is. They don't tell us that up there. That's okay. You got a certain amount of space up here, but if you go in and have a paragraph or even something like this, it's going to be hard to digest. So if you guys are going to do an ebook, bullet points. If you guys are going to do a new listing, bullet points with emojis. In today's example, we're going to give some stats, bullet points. If you're doing a new listing, don't just paste in the property description. Okay, it's not digestible. It's not easy to read. Don't make it difficult for those when they stop the scroll. First of all, stopping the scroll is a challenge, but once they stop the scroll and they're starting to read through this because they're like, oh yeah, I live in that area, that's mine. You want them to digest and be able to consume the information, not just a big paragraph, okay? So be conscious of that when you're creating your ad copy. All right, so I'm gonna come back up here. We're gonna pull some stats. I'm gonna do closed for the last 30 days in a city. Remember, we cannot target zip code on Facebook, but next week you're going to see that you can actually target zip code on Instagram. Go figure. All right, so Gilbert, I did close. I'm going to do the last 30 days just for today's example. And we're going to get some data here to display. So 267 in my MLS here, and you guys might have something similar. I can click on CMA and do a statistical buyer CMA, and it's going to give me average, sold, listed, all that good stuff. Okay, if you've been on the training before, you probably have saw something similar. So here we're going to use a couple of things. Our average sold price, okay, approximate square footage, maybe we're going to talk about days on market, all that good stuff. So I'm going to go back to our ad copy here. Let me move this over. And we're going to start making this digestible. So we have the average sold price in the last 30 days was 612,117. Average sold in the last 30 days is 600 and what was it? 612,117. 117. Price, right? Try to make it as clean as possible. Next stat we can include is maybe sell list to sold price. So we're at 99%. List to sold price was 99%. However you guys want to use that language. Consumers love days on market, so 35. And actually, I'm going to take these periods out because it looks a little too abrupt. Average days on market was it 32? 35? Okay, and then maybe we could do average. They always look at average price per square foot. So sold 281.17. Average price. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Price per square foot was, what I say, 281.17. 281.17. All right, and then I'm going to clean this up. I should have capitalized all these because I think it looks better. Price, sold, price. Okay. Notice this is a little bit more digestible than just a big market update, right? Something in there. Another thing and a benefit with Escrow Options Group is Altos. Altos is a great one to pull data or screenshots or use that data if you want to in your ad as well. So if you guys don't have Altos market reports yet with EOG, reach out to your sales executive, Michael, Yasmin, Bernadette, or Kimberly and Tom, and they will be able to get you hooked up with that. But we're going to make this pretty. Okay, it needs it still a little bit not digestible. So what I mean by that is in the front, you're going to add some emojis. and they don't have to be anything crazy, right? It doesn't have to be faces, fingers, or anything like that. They actually have bullet points that I've actually been enjoying. So let me refresh this. We're going to go down, I think by the @ sign. You can do hearts if you wanted to. Let me see. Where are the blocks here? You guys see these blocks? These are some great, maybe check marks, right? Maybe we could do check marks in this as well. And it makes it more digestible. Hopefully that makes sense. And then we'll see the preview. Okay, breaks it up, right? Easier to read. Would you rather read something like this or just a big blob or a big paragraph of text? It's a little bit more difficult. So you can get creative. You can do all the same to make it, or you can do, average sold, maybe do money bag. Maybe for the days on market, you do a calendar. Maybe the rocket or just emoji faces or a shop face, right? For the price or anything like that, you can absolutely add in there. I'm going to stick with this one for today so you guys can see that. So now we have our description or our copy, the text up here. It's digestible. And then don't be afraid to add more in here because there's going to be a read more button in here or read more link, and it just expands it. So you can add more information there, maybe stats about you, maybe a quick review. Maybe you're going to go and get a client review on here. Let's pretend this is a client review, right? And I'm going to come in here, my latest client review. Again, we're building awareness. I'm giving you guys ideas that you can, this is digital farming. You're building awareness, build that trust, okay? Consumers love data, especially if it has to do with them in terms of their home, where they live. So our latest client review, and then I can paste that in there, okay? Don't be afraid to go a little bit long, but before, make sure you put the good stuff, the data or whatever you're doing in there, the call to action at the top. So if there is that read more link and then it expands, at least the good stuff's not covered, okay? Not below the fold. Now, you can always come in here and add another emoji if you wanted to, or anything that you wanted to add in there, okay? So we have our copy, our ad text, our graphic or media. Maybe you can have multiple images or videos. Video is gold, but if you want just have a single static image or multiple images, you can do up to 5. Okay, you're gonna upload those. Down here we have our URL shown. Okay, so for this example, curious how much your home worth. Of course, you've heard me talk about it. I'm going to use HomeBot as an example today. If your website itself has a property valuation tool, leverage that. Maybe this is going to a link that you can download. So if you're going to do an ebook, maybe I do download and it goes to a site where there's a form they fill out. Maybe you have a landing page on your website now where they fill out a form and then it gives them the ebook. How to buy, how to sell, relocation, 10 things you need to know before you sell, 11 things to do in X market, right? Wherever it's at. So I'm going to keep learn more. I'm going to change this to HomeBot. HomeBot is a lender sponsored tool. So reach out to your lender if you don't already leverage it. Scroll down. I love it because it gives you this landing page. Super awesome. Anyone that fills anything out in there then goes into your HomeBot account and they get a new digest. They call it a digest once a month, which updates them on the property valuation. It gives them tools to toggle back and forth so they can let you know if they've upgraded anything or anything like that. So I paste my link in there and I scroll up to the preview. You're going to notice that changes. Okay, so now we have that HomeBot link there, which is fine. Helping homeowners maximize as well. If we're going to change that, it's pulling that from HomeBot. You can override that by typing in your own headline, but you only get 25 characters. So see your home equity today. See, I won't put today. I'm just going to put see your home equity, right? You get 25. So you might be, clever on what you're putting in there. And it's going to refresh, see your home equity. Okay, learn more. They're going to click learn more, and it's going to take them to that landing page directly. All right, so we've got our ad copy that we put in here. You can add emojis, break it up, make it digestible. We have our image or graphics, any type of media you're going to put in there. We have our call to action link. This is where they're going to go to when they click learn more. And then we have our headline here that you can change. You get 25 characters. Remember, learn more, it can be multiple different things. You can change it to any of these here. Apply now is probably not going to apply to us. Book now could probably work if you're going to try to do a buyer consultation or seller consultation. That may work. Contact us would work. Download if you're doing some type of e-guide. Learn more is probably the most common or popular. Maybe request time for a showing, possibly, right? Different things. Sign up. Maybe you're advertising a newsletter. Maybe you're targeting a specific area that you want to work and you want to increase your amount of contacts in your newsletter that you send out. Watch more. Maybe you're advertising your video. You have a latest market update, or you're talking about the buying or selling process, and then you're driving them to your YouTube channel or wherever that may be. All right, so today we got learn more. Down here is ad advantage and ad creative. You want to make sure that that's checked on. Okay, there's a lot of different things that go into that, but it is a good thing to improve your performance. So I do recommend you keep that on. Down here is special ad category. If you've been on one of the calls before that we talked about Facebook, you have to select this. This has to be turned on, okay, for the housing industry. You can do the drop down. If you've ran ads before, it'll default to it, but you have to select housing, okay? If you go through and do not select housing and you try to run this ad, it will get denied, okay? Because it's gonna know it's in the housing industry, all right? And this is the button that takes away all those additional targeting factors, demographics, familiar status, income, all that kind of stuff, okay? So make sure you do housing. Who should see your ad? This is your audience. This is what we're gonna select, our geographic location. You can do it based off multiple cities. You can do an entire state. Unfortunately, on here, you cannot do zip code anymore. Next week, we're going to talk about zip code with Instagram, which you can do. And it's a minimum of a 15-mile radius. Minimum 15-mile radius. So if I go in here and click the pencil, I'm going to go down to locations. Look, Gilbert's auto-selected because I did this training last week as well. So if I did, let's say, Costa Mesa, just to show you guys, it's going to select that. It says 25, but I can decrease that to 15, right? You can increase it, decrease it, how much ever you want to, but 15 is the minimum, 50 is the most, okay? See, zip code selection is unavailable. All right, but I'm going to go back down because we're going to continue with my example. So I'm going to do Gilbert. 25, I'm going to go down a little bit lower to 15, okay? It's going to get some surrounding area. Don't be afraid that it's getting additional cities. Don't be afraid. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Somebody in Mesa or Chandler, excuse me, which if you're not familiar with the Valley here in Phoenix, are directly citing cities right next to us. Okay, so Gilbert, Mesa, Chandler. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? One of those homeowners are going to click on to get a property valuation. You're going to get another lead, right? Now, if you can get a lead in another city that's close by, are you going to do it? Absolutely. Okay, so don't be too worried about that, but just extend it, right? This I probably would not do, right? I'll probably stick to this. All right, and then once you're good with that, you're going to select. Let me scroll down here. I just noticed some stuff in the chat, so I'll stop here in a second. Save audience. All right, and now we have our audience, okay? This is who we're going to target, that specific area. And based on our duration and amount that we have in here that we're going to talk about in a second, we'll show our daily results. So let me pause for a second. I'm going to jump in the chat. And we're going to start. We got Mary. Are there any special rules we have to abide to when posting an ad so they get approved? Not necessarily. They're less worried about like what's in the content. Like if you're posting a video, like you upload a video to run as an ad, they're less worried about that and more worried about the targeting, because that's what Zuckerberg had to go to Congress and it was a whole thing. Okay, so they were fined and had to reconfigure what we could target. But when we're talking about rules or legal, right, we want to make sure that the content that we're posting is approved or in compliance with our state, right? California has a lot more different rules than maybe Arizona or Nevada that I'm in, but you want to abide by those. So in this ad, notice that I have the equal housing logo there. Okay, you probably want to add that. You want to have your brokerage, right? If your brokerage isn't necessarily in the name of your page. Okay, anything, if I don't know if California requires your license number on everything. Nevada, they have to have their license number on everything. Okay, Arizona, we don't. So if that is required, you want to add that in there.
Justin, I was just going to say, California, you need to have your license on all your marketing materials.
Yes. So if that is required there, right, in California, you have to have that. Please, please, please make sure you're doing that. Okay, this is just an example I'm showing you, but anything in the graphic that is required from your broker or required from the Department of Real Estate in your market, want to make sure that's added on there. Now, when you're doing a video, you want to make sure you're compliant as well, right? You probably want to say who you are, what brokerage you're with, all that good stuff. Like this is ABC brokerage because it's just an example, but you want to have you want to disclose all of that information. Okay. When you're doing the video, same thing. Disclose probably who you are and what brokerage you're with and all that good stuff. Lenny, what is the required image resolution that would be good viewing on a cell phone? So typically it's going to be, it can be about that square size Instagram post, Facebook post, right? A normal social media post will be good. Now, if I uploaded a video, it's going to be your standard horizontal video for this, your standard horizontal video. All right. And of course, higher resolution. Do you need broker approval on each ad? That is a broker question. I'm not sure, Lenny. I would reach out to your broker and ask. Okay, again, certain markets, certain states have different requirements. Certain brokerages have different requirements. So I would reach out to your broker, just double check, say, hey, I'm running some Facebook ads to grow my business and brand awareness. I just want to make sure, is there anything that I need to know or include so that I remain compliant? Okay, definitely ask your broker that. But yeah, this, your standard viewing or your standard resolution will be that, you know, just your standard social media post, Facebook size, Instagram size will work, that square. You could go longer if you wanted to. They are mobile responsive. As we know, most people use their phone to search or browse. So it will be responsive to that as well. Good questions, guys. Remember, you can have multiple photos too. So if this was multiple photos, I could scroll to the right. Okay. All right, I'm going to continue down. We did audience duration. Okay. Now you can select a couple things here. Run this ad continuously. I probably would not recommend, unless you're very good at remembering things. Who's all signed up for a service and you said, oh, I'm going to cancel before the trial, right? And then we forget and then we're charged. Okay. I would recommend choose when this ad will end. And typically you want to give it about 7 days. Okay, typically 7 days, you're going to have enough data, enough information to make a decision on whether the ad is still working to continue running it, or if there needs to be something adjusted. Maybe you're not getting a lot of clicks. Maybe you're not getting a lot of conversions on that landing page. Okay, you can kind of look at the information of when you actually get it. Okay, once you do, you can come to your ad center and you can see all those demographics and everything. So we cannot target based on demographics. However, they will give us demographics of who's interacting with that ad. Doesn't make sense, but I don't know. But you will get that information. 7 days is a good enough period for you to be able to make a business decision on this ad is amazing, it's doing well. I'm going to double down. I'm going to increase my ad spend. I'm going to get it out there and get more. Or this one's not really working. I'm not getting the activity that I'm looking for. I'm going to switch it up. Maybe try a video this time. Maybe try a carousel. Maybe try a different landing page or a different item. Maybe it's an ebook and it's not working well. It's too much. It's too big. Or you just want to do a one pager. Something like that, you can adjust. But 7 days is a good period. So I'm going to choose 7 days. Actual ad spend. Okay. So for $5 a day, which does not seem like a lot necessarily, but look at this. Your reach, your daily reach is 535 to 1-1500 in reach, right? And then link clicks 13 to 45 a day. Okay. Again, economical compared to traditional physical farm. Okay. This is a great addition. So when you look at Facebook ads or you look at digital marketing, I want you guys to include that in your budgets, just like what we do when we're doing postcards, newsletters, anything that we're budgeting for in our business, or our, how much should we spend for CRM, all those things. You should include a line for digital farming or digital advertising. Okay, that way you can include that, increasing your brand awareness in the digital space. But you can adjust this. Of course, the more you spend, the more output you're going to get. Now, are we spending $3,500? Probably would not recommend that, but you can see the more you spend, the more you're going to get. So if you start with this, I probably wouldn't go less than 5. Okay, honestly, that's typically going to be your starting point. But if you do this and you're starting to get some leads come in, right, and you're working them, maybe you will go up to 10. And then then you're increasing, just like your business. If you see an ad that's working well, double down, increase it, right? Produce more of those leads to come through. All right, so we're going to stick to 5. We can see our estimated daily results. Our total ad spend across 7 days will be that $35. Down here, okay, so that's duration and money. Placements. I'm going to do this. Facebook is automatically checked, obviously, because we are running this ad on Facebook. So it's automatically checked. Instagram, Messenger, you can check or uncheck. I would definitely include Instagram if you're going to run these. Messenger, you can if you don't. I have seen a lot of good results for some ads in Messenger. So I would just leave them checked. But if you wanted to uncheck those and just leave Facebook, you absolutely can. Okay. Think of it as if you uncheck these, this is going to be more saturated, right? All these results are based on this. But notice that it changes, right? Those change when you uncheck certain things. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Website pixel, you're going to go and untoggle that unless you are experienced in a pixel. Meaning a Facebook or a meta pixel is a short link or a code that you include on your website or inside your website coding. And what that means is you probably experience yourself, say you go to target.com, Nike, or whatever it may be, or Amazon, and you were looking at a product, and then you go to social media, and all of a sudden, magically, that product is shown in your ad feed, right? You're being shown the ad for the exact item you were looking at, okay? That is not a coincidence, that is marketing, and that's due to a pixel. So if you have a pixel installed on your website, then you can check that to use it. Otherwise, leave it unchecked, okay? And I'm going to do a separate class around pixels and SEO and targeting and all that stuff. And then, of course, payment method. How are they going to get paid? You're going to update or add a payment method in there. All right, I'm going to pause for a second and do a little bit of Q&A. Any questions on this page of what we've gone over or anything in general? You can unmute, you can throw it in the chat box. Hey, Julie, Jenna, Javier, Don, welcome. Seeing who else is on. Okay, so again, remember, quick overview. Why Facebook ads? Why digital advertising? Because we're growing our brand awareness. We know that if we organically post, only 2 to 4% are actually going to see that. Okay, so if we want to increase our brand awareness and get more out there, provide more value, and do digital farming, we can run several different types of ads. You can do a just sold, you can do a market update piece like this, coupled with a market analysis where they can get an instant property valuation. Ebooks are awesome, relocation guides, things to do in a certain area. Okay, the more your name gets out there in the digital space, the better. All right, and you want to make sure that your ad copy that you're putting in here is digestible. I'd probably even add some more in this review, maybe some quotes or something. I don't know, something in there. I'd probably add maybe some hearts. Maybe add right. We're all conditioned with 5 stars. So maybe in here, I'm going to come in here. You do 5 hearts, or you just go down and do stars. I'm sure there's stars in. I would hope so. Somewhere. Right? Or you could do a little announcement thing there, right? Copy that, paste that in there, right? Make it a little bit more easier to read. Our eyes know where to go. Okay, you can add some stuff there. So you want this to be easy to read. You want a great graphic, something that pops out, something bold, or video, okay, something like that. But you want to be able to stop the scroll. Of course, make sure you're compliant on everything. Your link, wherever you're driving them, that's going to show their preview. Your headline, you get 25 characters, okay, and then your call to action button. All right, and that's all edited there. Make sure you hit that special ad category. You're going to target your geographic location, minimum 15 miles, maximum 50. How do you want to run the ad? How many days? I'd recommend at least 7 and a minimum of 5 to start. That's what it defaults to, but it's a good starting point. It's economically workable, right? And then, of course, placements. Where do you want the ad to be shown? Defaults Facebook, of course. Then you have the option for Instagram Messenger. Leave pixel off unless you actually have that installed on your website. Payment method, right-hand side, you get your estimated daily results there. All right, guys, I'm going to stop there. Open up to Q&A. Any questions at all? Hopefully a little bit of inspiration to try it. Include this in your business. You know, if you're not seeing a lot of traction with, physical mail right now, or direct mail, or postcard farming, or anything like that, definitely try to give this a shot to grow your brand awareness, get your name out there more, and generate more leads. There's a lot of different creative copy you can do, virtually unlimited. Just like when I talked to you guys about video content, virtually unlimited on how much, you could do something new every single week. If you need a resource to just kind of get the juices flowing, or do you want the graphics to be pretty much 95% done, Etsy.com is a great place to start, or go to Fiverr. And if you don't know what Fiverr is, Fiverr, another awesome resource. Facebook ad. You just give them all the information that you want to do for 20 bucks or so. You can have somebody actually create a graphic for you that's custom and unique.
Justin, did you happen to see the chat? Mary had a question. Sometimes hers do not get approved on Facebook. She was curious if it is because she did not have her DRE or broker's name.
Typically, it won't be because of that, because Facebook doesn't know or understand each state laws when it comes to requirements. So, that would not be my first guess. My first guess would be, is this toggled on, right? That special ad category. If that is toggled on, then I would look at the actual ad copy. Okay, is there anything in there that may violate in terms of target marketing or anything like that? Maybe the graphic or video wasn't approved for whatever reason. If you can take a screenshot and email it to me, I'd be happy to take a look at it and let you know, what it could possibly be. But do know that it's typically not going to be your DRE number or a brokerage name, because Facebook doesn't know each state laws or what's required. So it's not going to be based on that. You can certainly email it to me. It's justin@rocktitle.com. I'll put it in the chat box, justin@rocktitle.com. Do know, guys, that you, of course, should reach out to your escrow options group sales executive for all your needs and everything. But I'm happy to be part of these trainings. So, Mary, if you want to send that to me, I will be able to assist you with that, or just give you some feedback on why that may be getting denied. Good question. Any other questions, guys? My pleasure. Don't forget, we have these trainings every Monday, 11 a.m. When does time zone change again? Is it September, Kim?
Your times, yes, I think we match when we, we roll back, right?
Roll back. Yeah. That'll be fun for me. Arizona, we don't change. I've lived in 2 places, Arizona and Hawaii. They both don't change. So everyone else changes, and I am the worst at time zone. So, but every Monday, 11 a.m., we have a new training. Don't forget, next week is a really good one. It's Instagram. Grow your brand awareness and generate leads with Instagram ads. A lot of cool updates. I do have a training deck on that one with some good information. And then we actually all log into my phone and we'll do an actual walkthrough. And then this week I will have August up for the training schedule. And you guys can always go to eoguniversity.com to register for those classes. My pleasure, Julie. Good to see you on here again.
Thank you, Justin. I think this is really awesome because I think all agents need to build their awareness and start targeting it a little more, as opposed to spraying and praying and not knowing where this is going. And knowing where this is going really gives you confidence in the system, because you can look back and see who's opening it up and you could see your ROI. And I think you just made this so easy for everybody on. I know you made it easy for me. So I'm really excited in using this tool
Appreciate that.
you showed us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, definitely,
agreed.
guys. Don't forget, like, the internet, the simplest way I can put it is the internet is our store. Okay, we don't have a retail location necessarily, right? We have a brokerage office that we're licensed with that we can go in and work at, but we don't necessarily have a store. The internet is our store. So we have to advertise and use that in there. Now, I'm not saying traditional ways still don't work. They absolutely do. But to grow your brand awareness and what Michael was saying, you definitely, you don't want to make it too complicated, but it's definitely a benefit to you and your business to grow more. I will tell you that the agents that are leveraging these ads and increasing their online presence and awareness are generating more business. They are absolutely generating more business. And a lot of times they're going into listing appointments or buyer consultations like, oh yeah, no, I downloaded your guide before a couple months ago and then I just kept seeing you, right? I'm hearing and seeing more and more of that. So don't think of it as an instant gratification always, because it's so economically and less expensive than traditional ways, that if you're getting ebooks out there or things are happening and stuff like that, you're providing value. Don't think it's going unnoticed. People are interacting with it and engaging with it. And then when the time comes, they're ready to pull the trigger and you were consistent, you are more consistent than the competition, then you are going to win more. So hopefully that helps.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys as always. Reach out to your escrow options group sales executive for any questions or to partner with them. They are constantly learning new things, meeting with top agents and teams, and just pick their brain and knowledge. And please, please, please write us in on your next contract, your next deal. We would greatly appreciate working with you and your clients. And I hope everyone has an amazing week. Let's go out and be productive and hopefully see everyone in escrow very, very soon.
Thank you, Justin. Yeah, good luck, everyone. Have a wonderful week.
Take
Bye,
care,
everybody.
guys. See you next
Make
week.
it powerful. All right.
Bye.